Hey guys, my name is Tanai Stafford, and today I will be presenting The Pedestrian by Ray BradBury using the Marxist perspective. The theme I'll be talking about is how technology and conformity is dehumanizing society. A little background on the short story include the short story is set in the year 2053 in a city that's completely silent and empty at nighttime. Leonard Mead is the only person who actually goes out for a walk while everyone else stays indoor glued to their television. The society in the story has become so lifeless and so obsessed with technology that it values conformity over individuality. Because Leonard walks outside alone, he stands out of the crowd and is eventually stopped and arrested by a robotic police officer, which then takes him to a psychiatric center for research. Theory and theme. This story shows how technology and the conformity has dehumanized people and are taking away their social skills. The Pedestrian looks at how the structure of power misuses technology to limit and manipulate people. It shows how the culture prioritizes conformity and materialism over imagination and real connections with others. Looking at our first evidence and analysis, Leonard was arrested and brought to the psychiatric center for being normal and not falling for the technology propaganda. The quote goes as, "The car hesitated, or rather gave a faint wiring click, as if information somewhere was dropping card by punch slotted cards under electric eyes." To the Psychiatric Center for Research on Regressive Tendencies. Marxist theory helps us understand this as an example of how society punishes the normal. Leonard's regressive tendencies, which is just walking around and thinking, is challenging the system's control, their power, their authority. This is showing how power enforces obedience and suppresses individuality to maintain the order they want. It's a warning about what happens when society prioritizes control over, human freedom. Our other evidence and analysis would be, there was one time when Leonard was walking alone whilst everyone else was inside watching television. The quote goes as, "The tombs ill-lit by television light where the people sat like the dead, the gray or the multicolored lights touching their faces." From a Marxist perspective, this shows how a capitalist society turns people into passive consumers. They always want it, they always need it, they can't live without it. Technology replaces human interactions, creating an isolation and alienation. They're isolating themselves from everyone else in this world. And Leonard resists this control by choosing to walk and think. His act of walking and thinking is seen as a rebellious act. He refuses to give in to the system that wants everyone to be passive and controlled, which he doesn't. And because of that, he's seen as mentally unstable. Emerson thesis. Marxist theory adds to the understanding of the story looking at the story through a Marxist lens, we can see that technology is more than convenience. It's a way of control and conformity. Society is trying to reduce individuals to a passive consumerism and alienate them from each other and themselves. Leonard represents resistance because he is refusing to be dehumanized by a controlling system. The Marxist theory helps us understand the underlying social and economic forces that create this lifeless world. The conclusion. In conclusion, Ray BradBury would want us to know about losing individuality to technology and conformity. The Marxist theory shows us how social system can suppress creativity and independence. The story reminds us that freedom comes from resisting control, thinking for ourselves, and maintaining our humanity. Leonard Mead is a symbol of hope, showing that even one person can resist and retain their individuality, even in a dehumanized society. These are my works cited, and thank you for watching my presentation.